Okay, it's really, really, really crazy right now. It's going crazy right now. I hope everybody know it is going crazy. Everything is happening for a reason, and it's wild. This has to be, without a doubt, one of the biggest power moves ever in NBA history. Ever in NBA history. One of the biggest power moves ever in NBA history has just occurred. That's right. One of the biggest power moves in NBA history has just occurred. And really, if we really, really want to talk about it, if we really want to go, I wasn't going live. I was sitting there, I was chilling, and then I was watching how all this is going down. I was watching how all this is playing out. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is King Jordan. Welcome to the King Joe Show. Listen, I need everybody, if you get a chance, hit a like and subscribe. But wait a minute, you ain't even got to like and subscribe right now. All I'm saying is this. One of the biggest power moves in probably sports history just occurred. One of the biggest in sports history just occurred. And I'm legitimately shocked. I'm happy though. Like I'm not upset about it. It's not upset, but it's just like I recognize what happened. And the fact that we are able to witness this today, June 27th, it happened around 6:20 p.m. We found out, and everybody, the only reason I tuned in to watch, and thumbs up if you're the same way, the only reason I tuned in to watch the second round of the NBA draft is to see if Bronny James was going to get selected. The only reason. Thumbs up if that's the only reason you was watching. I was sitting there watching this like, oh, man. Even ESPN's broadcast was broadcasting like, yeah, the only reason we broadcasting is to see if Bronny's going to the Lakers, right? And who's gonna draft Bronny? Their whole broadcast schedule for for day 2 was all centered around Bronny James. All centered around Bronny James. And we went through the first round, and we saw players take it over and over and over the first guy. We was like, and we just really had, and it was some great players selected, fantastic players. But let's keep it honest. I think ESPN had a conversation a couple of days ago where they asked who's the most intriguing player in the draft, and for one of the few times in a long time, it wasn't the first pick. It wasn't the first pick. And I made jokes about Atlanta Hawks having the first pick because I said, no, it would be, and I love Atlanta fans. Good people, great people. But I had jokes because I said the Atlanta Hawks, because I'm from Georgia. And I said Atlanta Hawks would get the number 1 pick in one of the weakest drafts in NBA history. I made that joke. So I was like, okay, the most intriguing player of this draft is no doubt Bronny James, by far. It's not even close. It was not even close. They try to call up this person, that person. And there's some great players that have gone in this draft. Fantastic players. But if we keep it real honest and we keep it a buck, this whole draft experience, this whole the 2024 draft was all about Bronny. And we gotta keep it a buck. Once we found out that Bronny James was going live, once we found out that Bronny James was declaring for the NBA draft, from that point on, it was like, okay, this is about Bronny. This is all about Bronny. And it didn't matter. Like we was watching the draft workouts, saying this is about Bronny. It was about Bronny. I said last night and watch, and I sat there and I comment on my Facebook page. You can add me, facebook.com/King David Jordan. I comment on my Facebook page and I said, you know what's funny? I said the casual fan doesn't know who a lot of these players are. They have no idea who these players are. The casual NBA fan is kind of clueless on who these players are. Like we like to act like now we kind of knew that. We knew who all these guys were, who these great players are. Because a lot of these players come from across seas. We haven't seen them. We got these French players and stuff like that. Now the diehards, us that study and stuff like that, we kind of do a couple of the names. I knew SARS. I do a couple of the names that was coming up. And then those of us who play NBA 2K, you know what I'm saying? When we upload the rookies, we know a couple of names for NBA 2K. If we keep it funky, you know what I'm saying? That's a great reason to play 2K, play Madden, different things, because you get the roster, you get to see everything, and you get to download the rookie class. So the rookie class in 2K. You know what? But the truth be told, we really didn't. We wasn't really familiar with all the draft picks in the first round, and it turns out there are some great players, fantastic players, and there's no diss to them. There's no slight to them. It's kind of like the Caitlin Clark thing in the WNBA. It's like the WNBA players feel slighted, but it's like it's really not any slight to you guys. It's just some people have it. They have their name. They have the namesake. They have the attention of the people more than everybody else does. Not that y'all are bad players, but you're not Caitlin Clark. You don't have the name Caitlin Clark, and not that anybody in the NBA draft are bad players, and it's probably better players than LeBron James in the draft. But guess what? They don't have the name Bronny. They don't have Bronny James as the name. And just sometimes off the name, it's just sometimes off the hype. And we followed this young man since he was a kid. And we followed him up to this point here where we're really invested in his future and his career, especially when we find out that he was really, really interested in basketball. Especially when we find out he might be okay. He might be pretty good, right? So our interest level went from, oh, Bronny James, LeBron's son plays basketball? Oh, we're really interested. One of the greatest of all time, some argue the greatest of all time son is playing basketball. Yeah, that sparks our interest. So we went to a whole draft last night, and we it was entertaining. It was great. We met some new players that we're gonna follow and that we're gonna continue to look into. We enjoyed it, but the question kept being, is somebody gonna take Bronny? Even when the Lakers came at the 17th pick, the question when the Lakers played at the 17th pick was, are the Lakers, is this the time where the Lakers is going to take Bronny? And then, they end up drafting Connett, who's a pretty good player from Tennessee. Right? A lot of people say he's still in the draft. So at that 17th pick went by and Connett got drafted, we say, oh man, they didn't get it. Because we really, really was apt to get Bronny. We like, okay, we're gonna get Bronny. It's a huge chance that they may get Bronny James. And it slipped by, and we was like, okay, they got Connett. And we wasn't mad about it because I'm a Laker fan. We weren't mad about Connett. We actually liked it. We thought it was a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. And this is the thing that it was. And there was some fantastic players, but everybody kept wondering, where are we going to get Bronny? So we tune in, and while we're tuning in to ESPN, we start getting reports that were saying, hey, Clutch Sports is doing their thing. Rich Paul, we start getting reports with Rich Paul. Rich Paul said, hey, man, Bronny has a contingency plan that if he's not drafted, he's going across seas. He's going to play in Australia, I think they said. Did they say Australia? He's going to play in Australia. Like, Australia? Like, what? And we all knew that was some bull, girl. We like, no, we knew exactly what was happening. And we saw, as soon as they said that, I looked over at my mate, and I told my partner, I said, listen. I said, baby. I said, listen. Oh, they running a power move. This is a pick and roll. I said, oh, Rich Paul up there running the pick right now. They running the pick and roll. They running the pick and roll on the league. I said, oh my God, this is a power move. Oh, I said, what? I said, baby, this is a power move. This is definitely a power move. And I said, they pull this off. This will be one of the greatest power moves in NBA history. Say what you want to say. Like it, dislike it, or whatever. If they pull, I said, if they pull this off, I said, this is gonna be one of the hottest power moves in NBA history. We may have to eventually get LeBron and say LeBron is the greatest if he pulls this off. LeBron did the one thing that Jordan couldn't even do. He got his son in the league. Now that's greatness. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we might have to move all those that had LeBron at number 2 and Jordan at number 1. Might have to push LeBron to number 1 just to say, yo, Jordan, you won the chance. You won. You're 6-0. But you couldn't get your son. You couldn't get Marcus up there. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't get Marcus up there to the league. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't get Marcus to play with you. He won up there on that one, MJ. No disrespect, Michael, but he won up there. He got Bronny on the same team. And then become the first father-son duo in NBA history. History. And this power move that was ran, this pick and pop, no, this pick and roll, they dumped this one. This pick and roll that they ran with the lob, with Rich Paul and LeBron James to get Bronny on the Lakers was fantastic. It was amazing. It was amazing. And we kind of knew when they hired J.J. Redick, we kind of knew then. We was like, okay, if they hire J.J., they're definitely going for LeBron. They don't want to keep LeBron in the fold. And the number one way to keep LeBron in the fold is to do it. Make sure we get Bronny. And I'm a conspiracy theorist. Can I do a little conspiracy? My conspiracy theory is this. LeBron had a little gentleman's agreement with none other than JJ. JJ Dynamite Redick. You know what I'm saying? He had JJ Dynamite Redick out there. He had a little gentleman's agreement with JJ Dynamite Redick. And he said, hey, I'll stay on. You know, I really want my son to come up there and play with me. And JJ said, you know what? I got you, LeBron. You give me this job at the Lakers, I'm going to do you a solid back. Now, I got you solid. I'm going to give you a solid. You give me this job, we'll do the solid back. He talked to all the Lakers brass, Jenny, the GM. He said, hey, they said, LeBron, you stay with us another couple of years, we'll do this solid for you. And they did. Now, this is what I heard, and I was hearing this for weeks, and I think I reported it on last week on the King Bo Show. On the King Bo Show, I reported it in. I said, hey, I'm hearing that it's more interesting than what people are saying. I'm hearing there's a lot of teams. It's more teams that say, hey, we want to take Bronny in the second round. More than the Lakers. More than the Lakers. I was hearing that it was some teams that was going to shock you more than the Lakers that was looking at Bronny and say, okay, because y'all got to remember, even if you didn't think Bronny was a great player, if you don't think he's going to be much of a player, or if you think he needs to work on his game a little bit more, right? This draft has kind of been the draft where a lot of the picks are projects. A lot of the picks are, okay, we got to work on this, we got to work on that. We may give him a year or two away. This isn't a pick where you got a LeBron in there or either a Wembanyama, right? Yeah, this isn't that draft. This is more of a draft. As a matter of fact, there was a couple of guys, and I said it on my Facebook page. I said, I don't understand why people are saying Bronny shouldn't go in the first round, because there are cats that they drafted that's not even going to be available to next year. That's not even going to be able to play until next year. There are cats across seas that's not even. I was like, oh, he's not even going to be able to play the next year. He's not going to play He's not going to play 24, 25. He's going to play 25, 26. So I was like, this is really a developmental draft. It's a developmental draft. So it's a lot of players that you're saying, okay, we're going to say, even the number one pick from Atlanta, the French kid, the top two picks, they're saying they're 2-3 years away from really, really being, a lot of scouts, a lot of people saying, hey, they're a couple of years away from really being productive in the NBA. And that's cool. But if you really look at it from that perspective, then my question is this. That makes Bronny a little bit more attractive as a player. And I think that sentiment start getting out in the league where more and more GMs and more coaches and scouts. You had a couple of scouts say that, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers put that out themselves to stop teams from wanting to get the Bronny. But you had some scouts say, "Oh, we don't like him. He's not this. He's not even an NBA player." Blah blah blah. It's starting to feel like this is all an elaborate scheme, an elaborate plan from the James camp and from a Rich Paul and Clutch Sports and the Lakers all along. You know what I'm saying? And they pulled it off. And they pulled it off. They put out one of the biggest heists in NBA history right now. That's what it feels like. It feels like either they pulled off a big heist or they gave a big favor. It's one of the two. And it could have been a little bit of both. Right? And if this works out and it plays out and Bronny's it's kind of good, which I think Bronny's going to be good. I'm one of the few ones to look at him and say, okay, yo, they out there doing East Bays. You saw the video earlier. We had play the clip, roll the clip earlier. We had the clip earlier where they was out there doing East Bays and working in the game. And I was telling one of my friends this morning. I said, listen, what you guys don't understand is One advantage that Bronny has that a lot of these other NBA players don't have. Well, a couple of advantages. First the money that his dad makes, but then also he gets to see greatness work out every day. He gets to see greatness legitimately work out what it takes. He's grown up in the household to see what it takes to be great, to see what the hard work that his father's doing. He's around that 24/7. And if you're around that, some of that, a lot of times, and if you paid attention and you humble the way that Bronny seems to be, a lot of times those things will start to play dividend the more you mature. You will start acting. I noticed myself. My dad was a pastor and a preacher. And the older I get, I start noticing more of my mannerisms and more of my thought processes and more of my work ethic and more of those things and way I think lean more towards his thought processes the older I get. Right? Older I get. If you go to scriptures, they train up a child in the way they should go, that when he is old, he should not depart from it. So when he gets older, he won't depart from it. Right? So you train them up. They're gonna make mistakes coming up. They're gonna do that, but when he gets older, he's not gonna depart. And I'm saying that this right here that we're seeing with LeBron, this workout, this is one of the things that the other NBA prospects, this is an advantage that Bryce has that other prospects don't have. This is an advantage that they have that other prospects don't have. They have the ultimate example in their father, LeBron James, showing them the work ethic, how to be great, how to take on the pressure. Now, Bronny goes to the league and he gets to get mentored by LeBron James, his father. That is crazy. This is one of the biggest power moves. Trust me. This is one of the biggest power moves in NBA history. And I love it. I love it. And I must say, I love it because they played that thing perfectly. And I mean perfectly. They played it perfectly. They still got it. And I'm gonna tell you why you say they played it perfectly, King? Because guess what? They were able to get Bronny James and still at the same time get Connect, which is a player that they really needed for the Lakers. That's why the Lakers are there like, yeah, this worked the way we expected it to work. That's why they were more excited. If you watched yesterday's draft, when they drafted the kid from Tennessee, and they were more excited for him really than they were for Bronny. And the reason is they said, okay, cool, we got the player that we want, we got a player that we need. Which, if you're Laker fans, the question now starts to be, okay, does this mean that Rui Hachimura is now expendable, right? Does it mean that Rui Hachimura is now expendable? Now can they offer him up in a deal? Does it mean that Austin is expendable? Can they offer him up? Because they still don't have. Well, they did. They drafted a point guard now because they got Bronny. They got Bronny, and Bronny already knows he's been running with his dad all his life, so this works out. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about camaraderie between LeBron and Bronny. They've been running together their whole lives. You said his whole given life for the last, 18, 19, the last 19 years he's been running with LeBron James. So that they should probably have some chemistry already. Pretty much having some chemistry already. But I'm just saying, this works. And this is why the Lakers are so excited when they were able to draft Connect yesterday, because they're like, yo, we got a wing that can shoot. Oh, now tomorrow we gotta get Bronny. This plan was a major power move that probably has been in the works. I would say it for a while, maybe years, maybe a year or two, maybe a year or two. This has been in the works for a while. They had a minor setback with the heart issue, but that's why I always tell people, have faith, trust God, stay with God. That ended up probably being a blessing in disguise, because if Bronny plays bad, right? If he plays bad at USC and he puts up the numbers that he eventually put up, people are really looking like, man, what's going on? But because he had that situation, a lot of people are not, and which is crazy that a lot of people aren't more sensitive to that situation. The kid liked to have died, right? And he missed a lot of playing time, a lot of games. And he may not, y'all don't know, like he may not really, he might just now be getting back into form. getting back into legitimate shape, really trusting his body again. You know what I'm saying? Really trusting his body again. Really trying to get over the fear of, man, I was running and I had cardiac arrest. I almost died. That's a something that mentally you have to deal with. That's something that's a trauma that you have to deal with and probably have to deal with the rest of his life. And that's not excusing how he played at USC, but it's an excuse. It is. It is. The question is whether the excuse is valid or invalid. A lot of people are like, oh, you making excuses. Yeah, it is. But is it valid or is it invalid? An invalid excuse. It's an excuse, yeah. Truthfully, it is, yeah. But is it valid or invalid? Some will say invalid. Others will say definitely valid. All I know is it worked out in his favor. Some of you guys have minor setbacks, things that try to put you down. Just trust. Keep the course. Keep working hard. Keep praying to God. Keep your prayers up. And eventually, it'll work in your favor. And this move that the Lakers, LeBron James, his team at Clutch, Rich Paul, and you see, and this is important. This is an important part. Let me tell you, this is another thing we can learn from this lesson too. And we get ready to go. But I wasn't coming back on until later tonight. The late show was coming on after the debate and after Caitlin Clark play. I got a lot to talk about the Caitlin Clark situation. I've been quiet just watching the last couple of days. I got a lot to talk about that. But this is the one thing I want to say. The last thing is this. It's important to have a team. And the team that LeBron has developed over the years, the team that he's put together over the years, Rich Paul, Clutch Sports, those guys came through again. They came through it again for him. That's why it's important. Like, if you get that team, that circle that works for you, that you don't burn those bridges. You keep them happy. Everyone, especially if you got a team that everyone's growing, everyone's playing their role, everyone's doing their part, and you running like a well-oiled machine, yeah, you want to keep that. Because, today showed with LeBron James once again, his team, and we just say LeBron James and Clutch Sports team, they ran the most perfect pick and roll with the alley-oop dunk, bringing Mr. Bronny James. They ran that thing to perfection. To perfection. And with that, you gotta tip your hat and say congratulations. You gotta tip your hat and say, y'all did it. And it's going to be an exciting time. Oh, LA is definitely. Y'all start. Ain't nobody hate. Who's hating? I was saying this is dope. And y'all stop hating. Like, come on. Are you listening or you just commented something, Mr. Small? Like, this is definitely interesting. LA is definitely going to be. I mean, all the news, everything. This might be as big as the presidential debate tonight. LeBron James tonight. This news maybe it's gonna be like president debate, LeBron and Bronny. It's like 1A, 1B, which is crazy, right? Because the presidential debate should be like super duper important. But it's like it's gonna be the presidential debate, the LeBron James, and then probably Caitlin Clark later tonight with Seattle game. That's gonna be the three things. That's three things. But this is gonna be a topic for news and sports shows for the coming weeks. And this is a great example of how you run that pick and roll, how you get your team, how you how you got your team, how you put your team together, how everything is going. This is fantastic. I'm super excited. I'm excited. Y'all know as a Lakers fan, I'm excited. I felt like this is they won the draft. You can't tell me somebody's gonna say, well, so and so got better, blah 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 blah. But you can't tell me the Lakers won the draft. The Lakers won the draft. The haters are gonna hate. Hey, Lawrence Small. Hey, that's when you say y'all stop hating. Because the haters gonna hate, but the truth be told, the Lakers won the draft. We won the draft, man. You can't say, listen, we solidified LeBron James coming back. Because there's no way LeBron James not coming back now. He's definitely coming back to the Lakers now. right? So we got LeBron James back. We got a shooter, a young shooter. He's a little, he's a little older. He's 23, but we got a young shooter that shows some athleticism that could put the ball in the hole, right? Now it's the build up, and we got a point guard for the future. Now, do they trade Hood Safino? D'Lo, you know, do they trade Hood Safino? That's the question. Do you trade Hood Safino? Is Hood Safino now something you can use in a trade? And listen, that's the way the Lakers are going right now. This is, if y'all really think about it, now you have so many options that you can do. D'Lo opt in, cool. We trading you. We got Hood Safino, and we got, we may throw in something else with that. Right? Now you can get rid of a couple of those older guys that were on your book. Dinwiddie, that didn't really play well in the playoffs. I was really disappointed with Dinwiddie. I was disappointed with, the point guard play was very erratic. So this is cool. Or do you go youth? Do you keep Hood Safino? Do you keep Bronny James? Because Hood Safino's what, 6'5"? He can play the two too. So he's 6'5". He's what, 6'5"? I think he's 6'5". Hood Safino's 6'5". So he can play the two. You still got AR. You still got Hachimura. You still got these guys out there. So you can, if you wanted to pull a trade, you have cap to pull. You have some assets that you can trade, and people will be interested in getting. But y'all can say what y'all want to. The Lakers won the trade, and this is one of the greatest power moves for LeBron James and his team, probably of all time in the NBA. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. So I'm gonna bring up race. It's a beautiful thing. That's all I'm saying. It is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing. For real, for real. Beautiful thing. We'll trade it. Now we gotta see if D'Lo opts in. He hasn't opted in. He hadn't made a decision whether he's opted in or not. I think he has to do it before the end of this month or maybe the end of July. He has to. We'll find out if he opted in or he opts out his contract. If he opts out, cool. That frees up cap. I think it's about $18 million. If he opts in, then he's probably going straight trade. They're probably looking for a trade partner to trade. It'll probably be a package, and somebody probably is going to want. They're probably going to want Hachimura or either AR. Now y'all know last year, I tried to tell y'all last year, and the reports came out last year when I was hearing behind closed doors was that, and I be trying to give y'all the stuff up. I be trying to give y'all the stuff ahead of time, and y'all be looking at me like I'm crazy, like, oh, K don't know what he's talking about. And I'm like, no. Y'all really need to like and subscribe because I'm gonna give you the news ahead of time before it comes. So I tell y'all last year that it was a trade in the works for Zach LaVine. Everybody kept talking about the kid from Atlanta. I heard that too, but the real trade I heard was in the works with Zach LaVine, and the thing stopping it was they said that your girl, the owner, Miss Jenny Buss, the beautiful Miss Jenny Buss, said, "Nah, we ain't getting rid of AR-15." Austin Reeves was the one thing that stopped that for bringing Zach LaVine to the Lakers, and I thought I was like, "Come on, what are you doing? You gotta bring Zach LaVine in, But Zach LaVine ended up getting hurt for the rest of the year. It is now if D'Lo opts in. And it seems as if Chicago is trying to get rid of certain stuff because they may be buying out Lonzo, so they may be kind of rebuilding. But if Zach LaVine could be, if they can get Zach LaVine an offer, do you, Lawrence? My question is this: do you give an AR-15? Do you give a Hood Safino, or do you give out their first round pick from yesterday to get Zach LaVine? That's an interesting question. It like the Lakers have something to work with now because they were in purgatory. Now, I hope with this too, I hope in good faith, now LeBron gives them a discount, a home discount. LeBron, we're signing your son, so now we need you to, we need you to restructure your contract and come back. Because I think LeBron could ask for legitimately, $80 million, something like that. He could ask for an extraordinary number. So we hoping he gives us the discount. Say, LeBron, okay, we got your son in. Now we need you to get discount so we can really try to compete to make sure we can kind of compete with these teams for a championship. I guess I said championship. I know. We got work to do because we got to catch Boston. Now, I feel like we already caught Boston. I feel like we kind of tied. Boston won the championships, but we also were the end season tournament championship. So that's championships in the NBA. I'm joking, guys. This is a joke. This is a joke. Bad joke. He said Zach is better. Yeah, Zach is better than AR. Now AR's a little younger, but Zach is not that old either though. AR's a little younger. Um, my thing is AR got to do a couple things. I need AR to start doing. He started doing it a little bit last year. He started shooting better from the 3-point line. That's one thing. I always thought I was like, man, he has a nice stroke. Why doesn't he shoot the three more? But at the end of last year, he started stroking it a little bit more. I need him to work on his handles. He had a lot of they was picking his pocket a lot. So I need him to go work on his handles all summer. And work on his handles, 3-point shooting, and then sliding because the defense has to be better too. But those are three things. If he does that, because this is the year here, we want to see AR take that next step. Is he going to be a star, or is he just going to be a good player? This is the year that either he's going to take that next step into stardom, or we need to go ahead and ship him out, bring somebody else in that's going to get it done. I think that's the thing with AR. I'm not ready to give up, and I understand he's super popular in LA. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but we're at the point now. Okay, we gave you a couple of years. Now you need to make that next step. You took a next step last year. Now we need to go on and really, really go to become a star in the league. I think he has it. He just got to do it. Work on his quick twitch, get a little bit more explosive. Work on his sliding, play a little bit better defense. He started picking up the three-pointers last year. He needed to shoot about 40% for three this year. And then also, just work on his handles. Because it looks like he's going to be handling the ball a little bit more. So that's what it is. Beautiful move. Any questions? Hey, how do y'all feel about it? How do y'all feel about Bronny James coming and being drafted to the Los Angeles Lakers? What's y'all thought process? Thumbs up if you like it. How do y'all feel like? Where do y'all think the Lakers should go after now? Should the Lakers go? I still think they need a big. I still think they need a center. Now I know they say Valanciunas is out there. They need a big. They still say the Atlanta trade is there for the DeJounte Murray and Clint Capella. That would be an interesting. Lineup. But then once again, I'm pretty sure they're gonna want Hachimura. They're gonna want Austin Reeves, and they're probably gonna want a younger Hood Shafino or something like that, or either our number one pick. Cause they're gonna want one of those to go in there. But I agree. Zach LaVine makes you have, and that's what I was saying last year. If you kept D'Lo, Zach LaVine gives you a big four, right? You get rid of D'Lo, he still gives you a big three, and then you hope Austin, or if they keep Austin or whatever, you hope they can become the next big player. That's the thing. But I think we need a big two to play with AD because I'd rather see AD play the four. I'd rather see him play the four. I think he'd be more dominant at the four than the five. So I would love to see AD play the four a little bit more. And when we won a championship, we had a big, and AD was able to slide to the four when we had the White and JaVale McGee. So I think if we get a big, slide AD up to the four, then I think we can do some more damage. And we have an opportunity to do some things. All right. Well, any questions, man? We'll be back later tonight. I just want to jump on and get a rapid reaction. I'm really excited for my Lakers. I love what we've done. It's crazy. Very much a great thing. I'm going to watch a little bit of this Chicago Sky because everybody keep telling me Angel Reese is a beast. So I'm going to see what she does against Aja Wilson tonight before the debate comes on at 9. We're going to see what happens in the big debate. Man, LeBron made that move. Stop. Oh, we are. Hey, TT, well, I've been saying it, TT. Listen, I've been saying it. I said, hey, that is one of the greatest power moves of all time. I have, listen, LeBron, I might have to give LeBron the edge on Jordan after that one. Because Jordan's on everything else, but he has not got his son up to play in the league at the same time with him. You know what I'm saying? LeBron, this might edge LeBron a little bit. You might have to, Jordan had that edge, like, 6-0. But now LeBron can say, hey, man, I got the next gen in, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So LeBron might have a step up on Jordan now. Might have a step up on Jordan. Bring the White back. Hey, man. Hey, pause on that. Pause. You can't say back with the White in the same sentence. You know what I'm saying? No, Diddy. No, Diddy. None of that. Pause, my brother. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You can't say the White and back. Anything back and the White doesn't go together. You know what I'm saying? Let the white return. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. But pause on that. Bring the white. No, pause, pause, pause. You know what I'm saying? That's hilarious. But listen, we're gonna work it out. I'm interested to see. You gotta wait and see how they do first. I understand. TT, how you feel about the Falcons? They got the number one pick. They got that French boy. This is the thing too. And I said this, and everybody's looking at me crazy when I say, "Hey, I think the American born players, and this is something I want to talk about too. When I watch the draft, we're seeing a lot of French players. We're seeing a lot of foreign players coming in and getting top draft picks, right? And the top draft picks, they're getting those top draft picks, and a lot of times they're saying, "Hey, it's based upon what they did with grown competition, adult competition." You know what I'm saying? Because they're able to play professionally before our kids are able to play professionally, right? So we don't really have a a a, a, a measuring stick of how good our kids are with professionals. Now I know they got the G League and that going on and everything, but these kids are playing international professional basketball with their team, and a lot of these French players and different players from across seas are getting looked because they're playing professionals at a young age, 16, 17, 18. While our boys have to go and play against other kids, the boys might have AAU, but they gotta play against kids their own age at those times. So I'm just saying that's something that the NBA has to kind of start looking at because it's kind of weird that they're using that as an advantage to say, hey, we're getting foreign players, right? We're getting foreign players, but then we're kind of punishing our own kids here in the States because we don't allow them to play with professional players. We don't like we don't get a chance to really see them play with the professionals. But the kids across seas, they have the Euro League and the different leagues that they can go out there and play in, and they're playing professionals, and the scouts will say, "Hey, did you see what he did?" And they're playing against grown men. How many times did you see during the draft, first and second round, when they said, "Hey, we saw this player, they played against grown men at a young age, at 18, 17." Even the first pick, they said he struggled at first playing against the adults, but when he got to the real competition, he started balling out, and it's like, oh, okay, he's gonna be a good player because he's playing against grown men. So it's just interesting to see that dynamic and something the NBA has to really kind of look into. I know they have the G League, but something they got to look into and say, okay, all right, is it really fair to American-born players, the young players here in American born, that they are not able to face that type of talent or those type of players at a young age, but we have Euro players and players of that we're drafting 1, 2, 3. Wemby, how we knew about Wemby Young at 16, 17, Wemby was playing against grown men, right? And he was out there balling against grown men at 16 and 17 in the EuroLeague, and people were like, okay, so hey, he can play. He's playing with those grown men, so he'll be able to at least hold himself a little bit while here in the States. And when he got to the States, guess what? Same thing with Luka. Luka was out there balling. It's like, yo, he's out there killing young men, and he's 16, 17. That's what caught the eye for those foreign players to get over here to the States and to be able to play in the States. And in the States, now they're kind of punishing our kids and saying, okay, well, these guys, these foreign players are playing. We see them play against professional players. We see them play in professional environments, right? Against professional teams, against grown men. We've seen them. So, hey, we feel comfortable saying that they're NBA ready, which they are showing that they are NBA ready. We're seeing that they're NBA ready when they get here because they're going through the physicality, they're going through all those things, they're going against grown men, where our kids are not able to have that luxury to do that. Especially if you don't have a budget like a Bronny James, or somebody who's a little bit better off or well off like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I think the NBA has to they got to start looking into. They start because I was thinking about that last night, and I said when I go live, I'm gonna bring that up. Is that we're getting a lot of foreign players, but we're giving them advantage by saying, hey, you guys can play professionally, then come over here and play professionally too. 16 and the laws and things of that nature. So it's something to think about coming up in the coming years. The labor agreement is coming up. The new all that's getting ready to come up. That's something to really, really start thinking about coming up in the years to come. But the big news is Bronny James and LeBron James will be playing together. on the same team. They both will be with the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's huge. That is phenomenal. Great. I love it. I love it for my Lakers. Lakers won the draft. Can't tell me anything different. This is one of the greatest power moves in NBA history. We'll talk about it a little bit more later tonight. We'll probably do the late show tonight, so make sure you guys come in. Check me out tonight. Late show with King Joe. Man, we'll probably hit. I ain't no telling what time. It'll be after the end of the Fever game. We'll have to then let y'all know about what happened with that, what happened with Caitlin. We'll let you know what happened with Audrey Wilson, and we'll talk some more about this LeBron James situation and the NBA draft and see what the fallout or the excitement is, because it's definitely going to be the talk of the time. And we may even get a little bit of that presidential debate and see how President Joe Biden and President Trump do, and see what they have to say about everything. Listen, I appreciate you guys. I just want to pop in real quick. I didn't want to stay on too long. I just want to pop in real quick and say hello there and just really hit that up. I'll holler at you guys. Make sure you guys, if you get a chance, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there. We're at 750. Let's go. 250 away. So I need you to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I need you guys to come through. 250 away. We try to get that before the end of the week. We want to be at 1,000 subscribers. We are doing a giveaway. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we're giving away. I'm not telling y'all what we're giving away until we get it, though. All right. Once we get 1,000 subscribers, we are going to give a giveaway to multiple people that subscribe and multiple people that have liked. You got to like and you got to comment. You got to like and comment. The people that like, subscribe, and comment, you will be entered into the drawing. And I'm an automatic. I got AI draw to draw the winners. So we're gonna give away how many winners we giving away? 1, 2, 3. All right, so we probably give away 3 winners. We're gonna probably do 3 winners. We'll let you know what the winners are. You know what I'm saying? I believe you gotta bless to be blessed. So we're gonna bless somebody. So hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. You guys have a great day. We'll holler at y'all later tonight. Official show drops tonight. So you guys, y'all come check us out later tonight. Y'all be good. It's your boy, King Joe. Peace. Hey, if you could give something, shoot something, that'd be great. It helps us to keep the channel flowing and keep you up to date with what's going on in sports and current events. You can hit us up. You can go $ DeJour, that's DAJORPAY, DeJour Pay. Every gift is appreciated. Every gift is appreciated. All right? Every gift is appreciated. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. We out of here. Peace.